Ever pondered how your daily commute might be shaping the world around you? It's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about the invisible footprint left behind, one that affects our planet's health. Imagine this. Every time you turn the ignition, your car releases carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, contributing to a global phenomenon we've all heard about, climate change. But not all cars are created equal when it comes to their environmental impact. Take gasoline-powered cars, for example. These vehicles have long been the standard, but they're also the biggest offenders. A single gallon of gasoline burned releases about 20 pounds of carbon dioxide. That's like carrying around a hefty suitcase for each gallon your car consumes. On the other end of the spectrum, we have electric cars. These vehicles run on electricity from the grid, which can come from renewable sources like wind or solar power. While they still have an environmental impact, think manufacturing and battery disposal, it's significantly less than their gasoline counterparts. Depending on the source of the electricity, an electric car can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 60%. In between these two, we find hybrids. These cars use a combination of a gasoline engine and an electric motor. They're not as clean as fully electric cars, but they're a step up from traditional gasoline vehicles. Hybrids can cut emissions by around 30% compared to conventional cars. Then we have biofuel and hydrogen fuel cell cars. Biofuels come from plants, reducing our dependence on fossil fuels. However, they still emit carbon dioxide when burned, and their production can lead to deforestation. Hydrogen fuel cell cars emit only water vapor, but the process to produce hydrogen is energy intensive and often relies on natural gas, another fossil fuel. So, the question isn't whether cars impact the environment, they do. The question is what you can do about it. Consider your options. Could you switch to a more fuel-efficient or electric car? Could you carpool or use public transportation? Maybe even cycling or walking could be viable for some of your trips. Remember, every mile not driven is a victory for our planet. It's not about giving up cars entirely, it's about making choices that reduce their environmental impact. Consider this. The future of our planet doesn't just depend on big corporations or governments. It depends on the everyday choices of people just like you. So next time you turn the ignition, think about the footprint you're leaving behind. And maybe, just maybe, choose a different path. Because at the end of the day, it isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about how we get there and the world we leave behind.